What's up, everyone? This is Joseph from the Cardinal Rule, and I just wanted to give my immediate reaction to the Cardinals' second preseason game against the Baltimore Ravens. First, the backup linebackers and safeties didn't look good. James Wiggins struggled to tackle, Deontay Thompson struggled to tackle, Ben Neiman struggled with tackling. Really, most of those backup linebackers and safeties had a rough game, except for undrafted rookie linebacker Chandler Wooten, an undrafted free agent out of Auburn. He looked really good. A couple nice tackles, a tackle for loss, an interception. Really, he was kind of all over the place making plays late in the game. Now, unfortunately, he's kind of a long shot to make the roster even with this performance. He's more a guy who's probably a practice squad candidate. But if he's looked good in practices, who knows? But at this point, I would anticipate he's probably more of a practice squad guy. Another takeaway was that Greg Dortch, or Dortch the Torch, as my friend Aaron Van Buren likes to call him, had an outstanding game. I think at this point, Dortch is a lock to make this roster. Also, Andy Isabella had another really good game, and I think he's also a lock to make the roster, at least the initial week 1 roster. In terms of the quarterback, Guarantano seemed to look better than McSorley. McSorley had 2 interceptions, though he did have some nice plays, but altogether, Guarantano did seem to have the better game. Though it's also worth noting that Guarantano was playing against the 3rd and 4th stringers, whereas McSorley was playing against the 2nd stringers. Jonathan Ward had a heck of a game, catching the ball, returning the ball, running the ball. I think he's got a strong shot at making this roster. The numbers game is kind of tough at running back. There's 5 guys that I all think have a chance to make the roster, but Ward's done a really good job of putting himself firmly on that list of players who are likely to be there on week 1. Altogether, though, the Cardinals did struggle. They had a hard time putting up points early in the game, though when Kyler Murray took over the play calling, they did put up some points and made a game out of it. But overall, I wouldn't say they looked great throughout the game. Couple bright spots, a few players who stood out, but there were also a lot of places that were rough. But don't overreact. Remember, these are preseason games. They aren't really predictive of how things are going to go down during the regular season. It's also worth noting the Ravens had a 21-game preseason winning streak going into this game. And I think the main reason for that is because the Ravens are one of the better drafting teams in the NFL. They just tend to have a lot of really good depth on their roster. So there's no shame in losing a preseason game to the Ravens. Happens apparently all the time. One final note. Prior to the game, Darren Urban of azcardinals.com tweeted out that rookie offensive lineman Marquise Hayes did not suit up for the game, and Urban wasn't aware of any injuries. I have to wonder if this means that Marquise Hayes has done enough to earn a roster spot. He looked really good last week, has been drawing rave reviews in training camp, and I think he was a steal in the 7th round for the Cardinals. It'll be interesting to see if he plays in Game 3, but I wonder if he's already got that spot locked down. If you want to hear more reactions about the Cardinals preseason game, or you want to share your thoughts on it, be sure to join us on Tuesday night for TCR Live, the live stream that I do on my channel where we're going to do a Overreaction Tuesday and talk about this game. Also, be sure to click like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on The Cardinal Rule.